Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Servers. My name is Hayden. I'm your host, and I'm here with David Hasselhoff. Kate, what does it feel like to have a famous dad?
I'm not actually a Hasselhoff.
Andrew, I thought you said this was going to be Hasselhoff's daughter. Oh, whatever. Oh, I see it now, right here. You're an industry analyst with Redmonk?
I am.
Is that what happens when academia doesn't work out, or was explaining obvious things to executives always your dream job?
Sometimes people need a little help. We talked to a lot of really interesting folks at Redmonk and a lot of really great developers. And academia isn't for everyone.
Repetition is key, I guess. You have expertise in Scrum best practices. Is that like being an expert in making meetings that should take 5 minutes, last exactly 15, or what?
Making successful teams, I feel like, is an important aspiration.
I took an aspiration this morning. I had a headache. You taught writing at several East Coast universities before tech. How does it feel knowing your students now make twice your salary writing API documentation?
It's sobering, but I've come to terms with it.
Your bio mentions you're an affiliate researcher at Georgia Tech. Is that academic speak for they let me use the library Wi-Fi sometimes?
That's exactly what it means. And I've got an email address.
Oh, a .edu, huh?
.edu.
As someone who analyzes the tech industry, what's your process? Just reading Hacker News and rephrasing it with longer words, or is there more to it?
I mean, I ask permission to quote Hacker News, from the users. There's a lot of blogs out there. I'm more of a podcast buff, but that's about the long and the short of it.
You have to cite things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And you would know because you have a PhD.
I do.
Our first PhD. Why do you not go by Dr. Hasselhoff?
I do sometimes. You could call me Dr. Holterhoff if you like.
Dr. Hasselhoff. You're offering advice on creating pitch decks. Is that because your PowerPoint skills are the only transferable part of your academic career?
There's an element of that. Yeah, I mean, it's important. I've seen some bad pitch decks. Engineers aren't always the best pitch deck assemblers.
This is accurate. Nothing like a PowerPoint to tell a great story. As someone from Redmonk, explaining what analysts do, isn't that a bit like asking a fortune teller to explain the scientific method? I
see where you're going with that, but I'd like to think at Redmonk we do things a little bit different from, say, the Gardners and the IBCs of the world.
What would you say is the biggest difference?
Well, we're developer focused, so we care what the developers are up to and what practitioners are thinking and adopting. And I would say it is noteworthy that at a developer conference like DevNexus, I haven't seen any other industry analysts in attendance. It's just me.
I would say that in the OSS world, I hear the name Redmonk a lot. So, your talk is a TLDR for the perplexed. Is that because developers can't make it through your 30-page reports without falling asleep, or because you've written to be deliberately vague?
I would say we don't do white papers at Redmonk. We are conversational, but highly educated. And I get asked what an analyst is every time I bring up my job.
What a soft flex. Highly educated, PhD from Carnegie Mellon.
It's a hard flex.
So it is so hard. Okay, all right. This is my show. Thank you. Last question, Kate. What is the favorite movie that your dad's made?
It's not a movie. It's Knight Rider.
That is the correct answer to that question. Well, thank you so much, Kate, for being on Between Two Servers.